Is it in the air? There's melting down, and I'm an island-wearing person. Where? Welcome to Meltdown Island. Stick it where that.
What? What's going on, Dustin?
What? I realized it got weird there for a second. And I'm like,
for
I'll
a
go
second.
back at it.
Only for a
quick.
second, though. Only for a second.
So right now we're having a little issue with microphone mic.
Check me on YouTube and see how I sound,
Okay.
if you wouldn't mind.
Let me just hit a button here. This only takes a button.
Check me on YouTube and see how I sound.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind.
It sounds fine to me.
Hit a button here. This only takes a button.
Check me on YouTube and see how I sound.
Yeah, just keep playing that over and over again. That sounds great.
Check me on YouTube. Check me on YouTube.
Check me on YouTube.
This
Check
is
me
my
on YouTube.
remix
Check
song.
me on YouTube. Check me on YouTube. Check me on YouTube.
Gosh. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Meltdown Island, the only show that has me on it at all.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And,
There's a reason.
And also has famous entrepreneur and filmmaker Adam James. It also
Entrepreneur?
has creator and imagination management Michael Magaragans.
Imagineer. Thank you for what? And let's not forget the amazing and the incomparable Dustin Gardner.
I think he said me. Did he say me, Adam?
How can you not hear me through Skype now? This is ridiculous. I hate Skype so much.
Thank you, Adam.
Why?
I'm glad it's not me. I appreciate the love and support on this. So, everyone, wondering what you're going to wear for Halloween? That's why we're here. We're here to help you make those hard decisions this year for when you're going out to any party or trick-or-treating in your neighborhood. Right, Mike?
That's right, Dustin. That's right.
Hey, there's Mike.
There you go.
Yeah, Skype is stupid. Skype is like trying to take over my audio device. So it's, I don't know. Can you still hear me right now?
Hear you better now. Hear you better. Maybe you should allow Skype to do what Skype got to do.
No. I had to stop Skype from doing what it was trying to do in order to reclaim
that
the
makes
audio.
some sense. That makes sense.
Well, you're a big tech guy, so that's clear. You know a lot about tech and stuff. So.
I'm more into house building and refurbishing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Like
you gotta be a
garages? Do
pro
you
at
work a
that
lot
by
on
now,
garages? Maybe.
Adam, I would like to say that I'm a pro, but
Like
that would be
as much of a
disingenuous.
pro as Rollo is a pro with music, maybe.
Yeah, that's a burn on both of us at the same time. It feels like.
What do you mean, a burn on both of you? You and Rollo? It sounded more like a burn on just you to me, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rollo.
You are welcome.
Speaking of Rollo, where in the world is Rollo from Detroit?
Oh, I don't
That's
have
a
a title
question I've
card
been
for that.
asking lately because last I heard Rollo was going to go out and fight fires. And guess what? He is not a fire person.
He's not a fire
Like,
person.
right, like he doesn't fight fires, or he's not made of fire.
He's not made of
Both.
fire.
I'd say both. in
Yeah,
fact,
well, that is
'cause he-
true. Both.
I mean, he is. He's got the fire of the lions within him. I can give you that one, Adams.
Okay.
But
He's got the fire of passion.
yes, very much
For
so,
life.
passionately on flame. However, I've never seen him put out one fire. Okay, there, I've said it. All right, I didn't
Okay.
want to say it. I didn't want to be this controversial this early in the show, but I've never seen Rollo put out a fire. Never once.
Okay,
Not
well
once
then
in
let
my
me
whole
ask you a
life.
follow-up question to that. Do you
Go ahead.
believe in things that you can't see?
Boy, you had to ask me on a day where I learned about aliens underneath the Antarctica.
Aliens underneath Antarctica. What are you referring to there? Is that like an Admiral Byrd reference? Admiral Byrd, the guy that flew over the South Pole
No,
and claimed that he
no,
saw
no.
all sorts of weird things?
It might be. It might be. It might be where it stems from because
Okay.
the SEAL team person, they didn't want to
Okay.
say what number, automatically wants to come out of my mouth. The SEAL Team 6 because
Yeah.
that's the
Because those are your heroes. Yeah, right.
the Obama.
Obama. Those are the Obama SEAL teams. Yep, you're right.
The
You're right.
Obama city. That's right. That's what I was meaning to say.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Not, and they were the Osama
Bin
Bin
Laden.
Laden killers.
Right.
So they're my favorite of all the seals.
Okay.
And
weren't
really
most of them
cheap.
killed in a helicopter crash of some kind?
Ain't that crazy?
Is that what we're talking about now?
No, but there was a SEAL team guy who was being interviewed, and he said that when they arrived at the Antarctica to get this guy who was like taking pictures of everything and trying to document all of the stuff, that there was what do they call it? Hieroglyphs, and he goes, you
Hieroglyphs.
You walked up to the door, and he goes, it was on a big hinge, it's a big square, but then they have two big hinges. And he goes, these aren't the hinges of your Victorian homes. You know what I mean? He said, you just barely push the door with the finger and it just moves like this, just like rotates. Anyway,
Okay.
then you
All right.
walk in.
I think
like
you scared
9 acre,
Adam left. Oh, he's back. Okay.
a 9
Oh,
acre.
yeah, I got too scared. It's too scary.
It is
It's gonna
really
get
scary.
creepier. It's gonna get creepier. He said you go down the submarine and you can enter from underneath the ice shelf.
Yes.
And there's no decompression. There's no nothing. It's like, wait, what's going on? You think space is crazy? Maybe Earth is crazy.
You think space is crazy? Check this out. Maybe
Have I
Earth
got
is
an Earth for
crazy.
you?
Have I got a crazy for you?
All I'm saying is that this
Yeah.
guy sounded just like a Bob Lazar. Like,
Yes.
it sounds crazy what he was talking about.
Uh-huh.
I'm the first, and that's why when you asked me the question you asked me, I'm like, you had to go and ask me on a day like today when I just learned all this
So,
information.
The question was, just to
I
reiterate,
guess.
do you believe in things that you cannot see?
Cannot see.
Now the example that you went down, the road that you went down there, that's not necessarily what I was inferring by saying that.
But I've
I was
never
like
seen
really
it.
like
This guy
yeah,
telling
I
me
mean,
believe
what about things like atoms? Like you can't see atoms, you can see what
the
they're
atom right there,
what
bro.
they're
What are
composing.
you talking about?
Okay, well in science there's this thing called atoms. And atoms, ATOMS,
The bomb, like in the bomb.
like in the bomb, yes.
Or
I guess
like
that
in
that's what
everything.
yeah. Or like in every single thing that exists.
Not
yes.
in quantum physics, Adam.
Oh, yeah.
So are
that's
you
true.
saying there's no atoms in quantum physics? Because that's just wrong. That's completely wrong. 100% wrong.
No, there's protons and electrons and quantums.
Oh, but
And
but no
also-
neutrons?
The neutron dance. I'm doing the neutron dance.
So
Just burning,
your
churning.
understanding of science is a very strange thing for me to comprehend. So
You know what? Science is a very strange thing, my friend.
it's a very strange thing.
You gonna tell me there's fish on the bottom of the ocean that eats hot liquid magma? What are you talking about?
What are you
It's
talking
real,
about?
but it's real.
They
The
eat
ocean
magma,
is
huh?
really crazy.
So there's fish that eat magma.
I wouldn't call them fish. I'd call them aliens.
Okay. Well, hey, how about sending me like a little video of that? I'd be happy to play it on the show.
Well, speaking of aliens, this guy says that there's multiple races of aliens, and that
Okay.
this is like a place where they all hang out or like get to. Like, I know this sounds silly what I'm saying, but the whole thing sounds silly.
Okay.
And that there's this large room, and he said on it there was on one door it had a space map, a star map, like it had star points that are all pointing to our star and tells
Okay.
you how to get here.
Mhm.
And then they follow it up with that projectile thing that came into our first interstellar traveler that we have personally seen with our own human telescopic eyes.
Okay.
So when you add all that up, it starts to get overwhelming, and you go, what? But yeah, there's some aliens that want to destroy us. There's some other aliens that want all of, they might want water. They might want CO2. That'd be
They
great if they
might.
want CO2 because it's building up here, and we got a little extra right now.
Oh yeah, if they want some extra
Come get
CO2,
it.
I think that would be great. I would
Do
be
your rocket
very
ships
happy
from
about that.
CO2s? Am I right, you guys? Hey. I like to have fun. That's first and foremost what you should know about the show.
I like to have fun. So, I mean, yeah, anytime you want to have fun on the show, Dustin, you have complete free reign to do that.
ring-a-ling-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, and ring
Oh,
that
yeah,
and ring-a-ling-a-ding
for sure.
bell, because it's time to have fun.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have fun now, everyone.
Why does he say nice magma hat? Oh, it's because I'm on
It's
fire.
a pun. It's a pun. It's a Donald Trump pun. You know, Trump has those hats that say "Make America Great Again," and they're red. And
This is orange, so I don't get shot, and people think I'm a deer. I'd wear the bright orange. It's what you're supposed to wear if you don't want people to think you're a wild deer.
you are
All that time you spend in the woods, right?
Well, when I was a kid, I did go hunting with my uncle, who swore he'd never take
cool.
me again, because every time I'd see a squirrel come out on a branch. Now, I don't know if this was like a conscious Dustin belief at the time, or if this was some sort of like inner knowledge of how the universe works. But I would start singing, "Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine," and I'd sing it real loud like that, and I'd start soft and get real loud, and then the squirrel would run away, and my uncle would be like, Stop doing that. Every time a squirrel comes out here, you start singing, "Oh my darling."
What? This story?
It's a true story. You haven't heard this one.
No, I have
insight
not. I
into
have
you.
not heard it at all. I love it so far, though.
And so I somehow was able to save several squirrels. My brother, however,
screaming,
he was
"Oh,
a
my
mass
darling."
murderer of squirrels with my uncle, and
Okay.
brought back as many what they call pelts.
Squirrel pelts. Yep.
Brought
Is that
back.
what y'all were hunting? Squirrels?
We was out there. We was out in the woods hunting them squirrels. Yeah. Tree rats, they call them.
Except for you. You like to save them.
Say that again?
Good job.
You like to save them. Did you not hear me?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know if I
See-
did like to save them or if I was just getting bored and distracted and had that song on my mind. That's where I get a
Okay.
little lost in my own story. Like, I don't know for sure.
You don't really have a handle on your own morality when it comes to squirrels, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what I'm saying. Because, they're close to the rats and the mice,
Uh-huh.
which I don't like.
I know you don't
And
like them.
then, they're also got big tails like a cat, which I do like. What are we doing like this for again?
What are we doing like this for again? This is your show. What are you talking about?
Well, I realized last
Yes.
week some of my defensiveness and some of my lashing out. I don't know. People would call it magma anger. Was
Little
did I get attention there when I said magma?
I perked up myself. Yeah.
I realized what this does is sort of puts me out there
It puts you out there. Okay.
on a branch to be broken, so we can all laugh at baby to the ground and breaking his head again.
I'm not sure I understand that metaphor, but I'm willing to unpack it with you.
Everywhere I look, it's a large head of me, and I want to know what's going on in Mike's world. Let's make Big Mike now, so we can all say, "Hey, what's up with Big Mike?"
Well, I can create that little scene for us if you want, but I mean, it's a little late to let me know when we're already in the middle of the show. But I'm happy to do it. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, he's got me ready to go. He's got my big head ready to
Yeah,
go.
because it's your show, Dustin. You might notice that your head is the logo for the show.
Our show.
Yes, it's me and Adam. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Fanfare.
But this is the way the show is marketed. This is the way the show is presented. It's Dustin's, big head.
And we wonder why we've been failures at life.
And because we marketed the show as your show, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's why we're failures?
Yeah. I think the math checks out. Thank you for showing your work. But yeah. I'm listening to multiple Dustins. I am freaking out. Dustin, no one else. No
one else. Must be because Adam has a new.
It must be Adam. How are you gonna throw you under the
No,
bus?
talk now. It's
He's
gone
like,
right now. I bet you anything. It's gone.
He's like a T-rump, bro. He's like, no, it's probably.
No, science is not the same as Trump stuff, Dustin. Trump makes stuff up and says it's real. Science is like, this is real, and we can prove it with measuring and with all sorts of things.
Amen.
So those are two
Amen,
different
brother.
things.
Amen, brother Mike.
Okay.
Dustin already talks enough. We don't need to hear Phil E. Buster twice.
Who said then?
Some fish eating hot magma in the floor of the ocean named Mark Makala.
You're insulting Mark?
No, he's insulting me, and I'm trying to get back
Well,
some
here's the thing. I
self-respect.
mean, you're the head of the show, and if you're
No, yeah, I'm definitely the head of
so,
the show.
So if you
but-
want to, like, I mean, you really shouldn't try to fight the listeners.
This is what, by the way, that's the same thing that anyone who's ever been kidnapped has heard, by the way. You shouldn't try to fight this and just, give up.
Hold on. Check your goddamn privilege for 1 second. You are not being
Gosh, I like when he's
kidnapped.
cutting up. It really makes his arguments not hold water.
Well, it's only cutting up to the people on Skype, so that might be why that's...
He's saying things. You see, the thing is, I can't really see him because he's so small. And in the corner, it's just I can't really tell if he's talking or if he's frozen up.
I'm not frozen up.
I see some interaction in the comments between commenters. To Mark's Dustin already talks enough. We don't need to hear Filibuster twice. Jason Robbins replied, "Amen, Mark."
I love this. I love this new fucking stepping it up, Adam. This is amazing.
Well, you want me to read the comments, right?
I do now forever. I didn't realize how much you did until I heard you do it.
Yeah.
Because,
like, I mean, I really enjoy when the audience interacts with each other and with us, but with each other, that's like you have a community because they're like interacting.
Exactly.
It's very cool.
1,000 percentile. In fact, last night I was at a live broadcast on the TikToks, and I was the guy who was doing it. He was first of all, he was drinking Snoop Dogg wine. Which, hey, Snoop Dogg, if you see this video, you should support him with free wine because it was hilarious, and he definitely promoted your wine. But he would comment or experience. Let's say that he would experience every text that would come his way, and at one point he got further and further behind because we all were just commenting, and then we started commenting to each other, and I was like, oh boy, he's like 20 minutes behind. Oh my god, we are going so much faster, you guys, than he is reading them. He is never going to catch up. And then one of a sudden he did catch up and caught up to me roasting him a little bit, and he got how can I put this so you guys can understand? It's almost like his face was bigger than everyone else's on the broadcast, and he got self-conscious. So he kind of froze up, and he was no longer the loose, fun, eccentric character that we all came to know and love, and instead was this kind of like self-conscious, apologizing for everything guy that we still enjoyed, but there was just some kind of flavor missing. Like, there's no strawberry, you know what I mean? In the Neapolitan, as it were.
No strawberry in the Neapolitan.
Okay.
You need all those flavors to
No,
work
yeah,
together.
my dogs were barking, so I muted myself for a second while you're
That's
talking.
good mute. I would like to point that out. That was some excellent muting on your part. So far you're really stepping it up on my ears, and Mike's kind of slagging off on the ears.
You still can't hear me, huh? It's going to be
very
really
good example, very perfect.
It's going to be really weird when it's going to be really weird when everybody on YouTube.
He's doing his best though. It's the.
Maybe if he made his head bigger, we could read his mouth, Adam.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No.
Can you read lips? You can translate.
Not at all. But it would be something better than the ghostly silence that we hear.
Ghostly silence.
We could try having Mike say something, pause, and then you translate.
Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
This could be fun. Fun.
Let's do that.
Him moving his lips.
Lip reading? You're talking about lip reading. Yeah, that's what you said.
That sounds great.
Or you could just dub him. You could straight dub him while he's like moving his lips. Like he'd be like, and you talk over it.
Oh, I think that was something we should have started doing a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you had the cutouts and stuff.
Remember?
Those are fun.
Those were the best. And thems were the days. Them days that we all was in together. Thems were the days. Them days had sun and also other weather. No matter what you think or care about, it doesn't matter.
That was good. That's a cool song. I like that.
Thanks.
It had some stuff going for it. I was into it. I was getting into it.
It was very, very melodic.
Very melodic.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know.
It was.
Thanks. I'm just not used to this positivity.
No.
It's like you like to be awarded.
No. The only ribbon I ever got was third place in a baby beauty contest. And it's because, I wasn't a blowjob queen like the other two. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Wink,
No, I
wink.
have no idea what you mean.
Yeah, I've never heard of babies. Yeah,
I'm not
I've
even
never
gonna-
heard of that.
Talking about going for that number one spot,
Never heard
bro.
of that.
Talking about that number one spot. Like they do in beauty pageants.
Oh yeah. When I was younger, I used to wrestle, do like
Babies?
regional
Wrestle
wrestling
babies?
through like a program, and then through my junior high school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad raised us, he was a drill instructor in the Marines. I was like super strong, so one year I got second in the state. I have a silver medal somewhere.
That's nice.
Oh,
So it's
he's got a
some-
silver medal.
On average, I was more of a bronze, but
Mm.
and the kid that beat me, his dad would train him, and he'd make him. He would put his car in neutral and make the kid push his car around the block. So there's no competing with that.
Hey, Adam, I have a quick question.
What's that?
Do you have headphones?
I know not that are gonna be that good for this. Like I could
It's
try,
double-
but usually when I
it's-
plug these
it's
headphones in,
echoing
it'll-
everything we say. I think that's coming through your
Oh, is
speakers.
it?
And I think that it must
Oh,
be
okay.
you.
Yeah, that might be my bad. I'll try these out because I switched from an iPad to a computer.
Well, as you
so.
do this, I'll cover your job.
Whoa.
So Mark Mikula said, Jason and I are just down the dial talking you home with the hits of the 90s of the day. I don't even care what he say. I just like Adam Ribbon's old Adams because he was killed it. And then some Megatamind, voiced by Stephen Colbert. Megatamind. Thank you.
What?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I've been talking.
Oh,
Is it not? You
Could've fooled
what?
us.
You can't. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you much better now. Maybe it's because Adam's got his headphones on now
that's
too.
not. That's not how it works. Adam can't plug in
You don't know
headphones
how
and then make
everything
my
works.
voice sound better over on my end of the entire thing.
Yet it does.
Yet it does.
Maybe there is aliens under them ice cubes.
Checkmate.
So, Mike,
Yes.
what did you think of Borat number 2,
All right.
the subsequent movie film?
I'm a big fan of Sacha Baron Cohen. I think that pretty much everything he does is pretty great. You're not hearing anything, huh? Wow. Skype is really trash right now.
Adam's lights out. Oh boy, this show. Can you make my head bigger? Maybe that'll save the show.
I can do that, yeah. Let's make it bigger.
I was being
Can you hear me?
sarcastic. Yes, we can hear you so beautifully, Adam. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Cool.
I guess Mike was right. It had nothing to do with your headphones.
Is that big enough? Should we make that a little bit bigger?
Hi, welcome to the Dustin Bigface Show. I'll be your host, Old Dustin.
Old Dustin
Old
Big Face.
Dustin.
Oh God, that is
Old
disturbing.
Dustin Big Face Show. Old Dustin Big Face Show. He's got a big face. He will not run away. He will take you all over the time and space. This is crazy. Did you guys know we landed on an asteroid and that we took some minerals from that asteroid? Now,
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
ain't that crazy?
Uh-huh.
That's like some Expanse shit.
Yeah, it is like the show The
It's
Expanse.
like some Expanse shit, Adam. He's exactly right. Except it's also kind of like that. What's that one HBO show where they're in the spaceship and they're going all over and they're in like a cruise ship, but it's a
Game of
space
Thrones.
cruise. Game of Thrones
you
in
can
space.
hear me.
That's it.
There we go.
Well, you're back. My face has saved us.
Once again, your face has saved us. Stop fighting your own big
Mike?
head.
Mike, I'm looking at you, you son of a wonderful lady that I love and respect, or I would give you the working over. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Where'd I go again? Girls, what's your weakness? Dustin. Okay then.
What's your
Chilling.
weakness, Dustin?
Feelings and minding my business. Mike took my face and he made it disappear again. Oh, fellas. Yeah, fellas. Yeah, and if you like a big butt, say yeah. What? I don't know. I'm stalling because you're messing around with my show, Mike.
Okay. What did you want me to do then?
Tell me what you thought of Borat.
I was telling you,
2.
and then you told me you couldn't hear me.
We can hear you now.
So,
Thank
anyways, I'm a big fan of whatever Sacha Baron Cohen does.
I see, that's why.
I like everything that he's done, pretty much. The first original Borat was great. The Dictator, even Bruno was all right.
Salad.
Even
Bruno, I think, is the weakest of those films. The Dictator and Borat. Bruno was funny. Don't get me wrong. And I thought it challenged a lot of people to think a little bit differently, because I do think that they put a little effort into that stuff to make it a little smarter than a lot of comedy, especially that they're doing a lot of these things probably multiple times to make sure that they get the right thing that they want to captured. You know what I mean? So I think that they did a really nice job. It's funny, it's topical, it's satirical, it makes you look at things a little bit differently, and I think that that's a really great thing that comedy can do. Castigat.
Adam, we might need to get you some WD-40. I apologize, Mike,
Okay.
but every time Adam has a thought, he squeaks his chair.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my God, it's so loud. It's like... Mike, you're right. Not only that, but the opening sequence to Borat number 2, when he says it's been 14 years later, and then he goes, the U.S. of A. has new premier, and they're standing there with them Nazi flags on the on the Capitol steps and stuff. It's like, ooh, that's sharp. Ooh, that cuts like a knife. And it's like I turn into Brian Adams, wishing I was from Canada all of a sudden, because that's so sharp. Adam, how's the comments? You got comments you want to check in with and give us updates on?
no, I'm dealing with my own tech stuff right now, so I'll get to that in a second.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mike, what did you think about my analysis so far?
I didn't care for it. Yeah, there's just really not enough there to understand what you're trying to get to. I mean, I did like what you had to say about the opening with them supporting Trump and highlighting the way that they...
I accept your graciousness.
All
I
right.
appreciate that. I would go on to say that they were so smart, and how in the world can anyone talk to another human being named Borat and not know who Borat is? That was mind-blowing to me. But he also showed him walking through the streets with, as Borat and unclothed as Borat. He thought maybe it was the suit. It wasn't. It was Sacha Baron Cohen. We know we know him.
I mean, I wouldn't trust the film to give you a really good representation of how popular Borat was amongst the peoples. You know what I mean? And you don't really know 100% how far everyone involved in the film was knowledgeable about the situation or played along with it openly. But there were definitely some great moments from some of the people involved, like the conspiracy theory folks. I thought that was fantastic.
Jill said that.
great.
Jill said that about the dance, when they go to the
debutante
coming out
thing?
dance with you. Yeah, the debutante ball. Yeah. She goes, "Are these people in on it?" And I go, "No, that guy just said that his daughter's worth $500, and his daughter was like, "That's
yeah, that was a really funny.
I go,
part.
"That's
Yes.
too real. That's not.
Well, the thing
fake.
is that the entire film is a mix of reality and fiction, right? I mean, that's just like a lot of people just take a lot of reality shows at face value nowadays, and reality shows, they're just not real.
I hear
at all.
Adam squeaking, and Mike drops out.
Oh,
Sorry.
is that what it is?
Yeah, I gave you such
Unintentional.
a high praise on that time you muted it. That one time, maybe highly focus on the mute
Or-
aspect.
You know, it's not super necessary to criticize.
I'm not trying to,
When we're trying to
but you're ruining
work it out
my
ourselves.
show. You're ruining.
Yeah. Yes.
Mike, continue.
All.
But yeah, I think part of that is like they want us to suss out what's real and what's not, right? Like
Yes.
that's part of Sacha Baron Cohen's shtick.
I agree. That is part of it. But because Jill did say, well, Pamela Anderson was not getting kidnapped. And I go, touche. And she tried to sell it. But with that said, that was kind of
Well,
obvious.
any of the celebrities involved, you got to imagine that there was like a lot of these interviews that Sacha Baron Cohen gets away with. You don't see all of the stuff that's cut out. You don't see all of the stuff that preempts where they get to. You know, I definitely think Giuliani was very creepy in that. However, was he masturbating on the bed? It's really hard to tell. I would say that that's like a...
No, he wasn't masturbating on the bed. He was getting ready for sweet lovin's.
What's the definition of masturbating?
Fluffing.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Thank
would
you,
call
Adam.
it more fluffing than I would call it masturbating.
What is the difference?
Yes, I would say
What's the difference?
that's the difference between fluffing and masturbating. Masturbating is, hey, we doing this. Fluffing is,
Gross.
hey, about to do this?
I don't agree. I feel like that's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
If somebody is handling their penis in a way that is determined to have an end result of a sexual outcome, that's masturbation.
Ooh, the point just got lost. Ooh, I just did that.
What?
If the people in the comments, if you could tell us when Mike drops
Oh
out
my
for
God.
you, and maybe he's not dropping out on
I don't
you
think
guys,
it
and
is.
it's
I think
just,
Skype is trash.
our
I
fault.
hate Skype. Ugh.
Well, he's been saying that for too long, and it makes me go, is that part real or is that part Borat? You know what I mean?
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, everyone on TikTok, by the way, has agreed that I'm being trolled. They've I put up the clip and I said, "Is this trolling or is this manifesting?" And they're like, "This is trolling."
For what? What was trolling?
The I want Dustin to get rich on YouTube, or whatever.
Oh, really?
Because then after you guys go, or whatever, yeah, whatever. It's so funny. I use it as content. So ultimately, I would say like the dress shop where they go, and he goes, "What? Where's the section for the no but yes dress?" And the way she laughed, the way he drops down on his knees to laugh with her and to keep her gaze
Right.
almost, to like keep her to see where she is in the laughter, if it's disbelief or if it's like I've got her and we're on the same level. That stuff to me is very, it's very inspiring.
Yeah, I think his co-star did a great job. Like she was
Great job.
amazing, and like you know, with him being so oversaturated, that they needed someone that could hold their own in the film to carry a lot of it. I think because like everyone knows who Borat is now.
Well, the difference he said in this one was this one's more of a family show. This one's more of a family
Yeah.
movie because it's about him realizing that he loves his daughter more than he thought he did or that he ever imagined he could. And then he said they tested over 600 females for the role, and she had
Oh, wow.
2 auditions, and the second audition was already in front of people, and they were already doing the movie.
Oh wow,
Ain't that crazy?
yeah.
And she's
Yeah,
just
like-
straight out of college. She's just like Khaleesi. Speaking of Game of Thrones, she's just like the Khaleesi.
Oh, yeah.
Straight out of college, straight into that Borat zone, bro.
Yeah, and where is she from? Isn't she from like
Bulgaria.
Bolivia or something?
Not
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, she was incredible. I thought it was fun. I think a lot of it, you're right, is like that fine line between reality and like a created reality, which is really interesting. Because like my first introduction to Sacha Baron Cohen was the Ali G show,
Right.
and that was like huge for us when we were younger, because it was like how does he get these like political figures from other countries to agree to these interviews when like dude, does no one watch it? It's like watching Between Two Ferns. Like, do you never watch it, or are they in on the joke, you know? Like it just makes you question reality, which I think is what he's trying to do for sure.
Even when he interviewed Trump as Ali G, he has a guy who brings Trump in, sits him down. He's in a tweed coat and he's all dressed up and in a proper tie and everything. And that's who the interviewee thinks they're being interviewed by. And in the last second, he comes in as Ali G and sits down and goes, yo, what's up? Ah!
That's good. Well, yeah, it's been a while since I saw that. That's good. I have to check that out again.
And then I saw he had some, if you guys watch him on the Colbert, he did a 3-part interview with him. And he talks about how when he was singing the song on the stage at the gun rally, he said he had hired all the security. All the security that was there were paid for by the movie.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, I know, right? That's how intense they got. They think these things up. And then the Black Lives Matter people were coming in, and they had undercover scouts that were scouting, and he had undercover scouts that were in the crowd scouting. And then all of a sudden, the Black Lives Matter heard him singing that song and go, "That's Borat. That's Sacha Baron Cohen. What is happening?" And then the people that were at the gun rally started realizing it, and then they start actually charging the stage. And they get on the stage, and this is uncut footage they show. He gets into the van, and he gets in and he ducks down, he lays down, and someone goes to open the door, and he grabs the door and he goes, drive. But like,
oh my God.
One guy goes to reach for his pistol and starts to grab it, and he goes, and his buddy puts his hand on his shoulder and goes, "It's not worth it, bud," or whatever like that. Like, in other words, like, it was that intense.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. It's like you kind of like manufactured a perfect storm, you know, like getting all these people involved and then getting them ramped up and being idiots. And then he gave them enough time to realize that they're being idiots. You know, you got to get before people realize they've been bamboozled. You know, quit while you're ahead.
Well, I think that's what Mike's done. Mike has quit while he was ahead. And
well, I can hear him.
Yeah,
it's now
still on.
Every
still
time
working.
Adam's chair squeaks, a devil gets his horns.
You want a little more?
Oh, it's a lot. It's already a lot. Believe me, Adam.
It's already
Yeah. I've never noticed it before, so I guess that's a new thing. It's a squeaky chair. That's what happens when you're
squeaky
poor.
Chairs out there. Hey, all of you squeaky chairs. Where are you watching from? Make sure you give us your handle and smash subscribe buttons. And if you're over on the Facebooks, hey, we're over here on the YouTubes, chatting it up, talking to one another. Adam's reading in your voice, your messages of love and understanding. And Mike is having some techs. They call that in the biz technical difficulties. And he is trying to keep it together. So we'd like to give him an honorary award for the most trying today.
I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah, would you like to make a speech, Mike, for your
no,
award?
I would not.
That is crystal clear, my friend. You are back.
I've been
back in that
I
co-host
haven't
seat.
done anything different to the audio. I have not changed one thing.
That's nuts, man.
I'm trying to sit as still as I possibly can for you, Dustin.
You're doing a lot better. You're doing a lot better. Finally, you guys are not ruining the show. Hi, welcome to Meltdown Island, everyone.
I mean, but we tried so hard to
What's
ruin
that,
the
Adam?
show.
I'm sorry, I was doing.
So we tried so hard.
Well, sometimes trying is not enough, Adam. Just look at my
Sometimes
life.
it just comes naturally, ruining the show.
Yeah, right? I know I do. Heard that crystal clear, Mike. Heard that
That's
crystal
great.
clear. I can't give us a rundown on Borat, but you could say yep and give me a hot poker in the eyeball area.
That's great. That's
So, Adam, what's been...
I have an interview tomorrow with Chrysler. I have an interview to work at a engine assembly plant downtown. It's pretty much it. Just been playing a lot of games online with friends, doing the D&D. I ran a D&D game this Friday for a group I normally play in. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're going to work for a Chrysler. That's some big news. That's I'm really glad I asked you what's going on in your life, because that's mind altering almost.
Yeah, no, totally. It's a brand new plant too. Like I've never looked at myself as like an assembly line, factory worker kind of person.
Carsman, they call them carsmen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a carsman. My whole family idolizes, worships the big three. They're all, because like a lot of my families work there.
Oh, so they're ashamed that you're working for Chrysler?
What's it? No, it's my uncle that got me because he got me the referral, because it's like really hard to get in or whatever. And because like they all work for, like some work for Chrysler. I have a couple that work for GM and then a lot of Ford. But he works for Chrysler. Yeah, so I never thought that I'd be, the person that would work at
Adam's cutting out.
Stability that I could provide in my life. Oh no.
It's all right. You're back. I've that's quite a surprising career shift. Let's call it. The fact that you have one. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And you just got what? You got to hit a button and you get a union card and you wear a hat and stuff. Like what all?
I mean, I gotta interview and then I have to do a dexterity test, which is like not like D&D where I roll a D20 and add my modifier. It's more of like
you're gonna crush that dexterity, bro.
Exactly, because I have proficiency. But it's more like putting pieces together, I think, and like from what I've heard, is like doing certain tasks, kind of, but it's more like assembling parts, I think. It's like just these basic tasks of like, can you do this while doing this? A lot of it is like multitasking and stuff. Just from what I've heard from friends of mine. Then I have to drug test, and then then I should be good. Like since I've gotten this far, and I have a referral from someone that works for Chrysler, that's like very positive, moving forward. But I mean, who knows? But then I have to wait. I think it's 90 days before I make it into the union. That's the big goal.
And they take your union to money out until then. Like you got 3 months, they take it still, huh?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they'll take your union dues before you're in the union, I think.
Wake up, Adam.
No, don't wake up. That's actually really good. Being in the union is good.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, boy, oh boy.
Wake up, Dustin.
Well, I worked at UPS where they did that, and I never made it no union because I didn't work there for no 3 months. And all of a sudden, they just got my money.
Tell us a UPS story.
Well, did you know that the proper way to pack a trailer is in the T formation? You're going to want to set your boxes together. You're going to want to put another box. So you got my guy. You want to put the next box so it sits straddling the T, makes the T. Because if it sits and it's all on one, it's going to crush it. It's going to crush, and you're going to have a cave-in of sorts.
Oh, so you're like building it like bricks, right? Like
it's a little bit of Tetris. A little bit of Tetris. You have a little bit of bricky.
And apparently some people call that the T formation.
Yeah.
I know I do.
I would be confused if somebody told me, all right, put those boxes in the T formation. I'd be like, what are you talking about?
I'd be like, done, sir, because I've done this before.
Is that the like technical term at the post office?
Not a technical term.
UPS.
Oh, UPS. Sorry, my bad.
UPS, not USPS.
Right. I have a friend that he delivers for Amazon right now, and it's like insane how they have to
Is
like
that
they're
Jason
so
Ross you're
timed.
talking about?
No.
Robin?
He's doing I think Jason Robbins does he's doing like
Grubhub or DoorDash or
DoorDash
something?
right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, because he worked in the service industry. He was a bartender at Fulling and Hamtramck. He had a really good job, but because of the pandemic, now I think he's taking up work doing like delivery stuff. But the Amazon delivery is insane because you have like you have a quota to meet every day. So he like when he talks about it, he would have to drive 3 hours up north and deliver in a certain area out in the boonies, and they had the really long driveways. So they have to like peel in and out of the driveways, and then they have to stop, jump out of their car, run to the front step, drop the package off, and run back to the car because they have so much to do.
Stop,
And if
drop,
you like
open
stop
up
to go to the
shop.
bathroom, they have you on camera and they have you GPS. They can track everything you're doing. So if you stop to go to the bathroom and you're like taking too long, they'll call you on the phone and be like, "What are you doing? Are you working?"
Diarrhea, get
And-
off my butthole.
Right.
Get up
It's
out
wild.
my butthole. I got diarrhea.
What?
I mean that's okay, Dustin.
I mean, that's why I
we all suffer from it once in a while. Some
Yeah.
more than others.
I've been suffering the last couple of days, you know what I mean, about having diarrhea.
That's a bad way to keep a secret. Real bad way to keep a secret.
I realized
I'm on
as I
air.
started it,
I'm
like
in
the
front
boy.
of God and everyone on YouTube, and I'm going to do this. That's going to keep my secret about having diarrhea that I just said.
He cut out, right?
No, I mean I heard quite a bit of that one. It was a little cut out though.
Didn't see the end. Didn't hear the end. I was wanting to. I'm like, boy, here we go. He's really gonna roast me. Look out, big, about to get up on flames.
We're getting a lot of messages about how great my voice sounds.
Let me see. I haven't really heard. I just didn't think anyone was. Still too big, Jason Robbins says. All this digital dexterity is like I'm watching the Leave It video by circa 1984. Conspiracy theorists,
Nice.
you tell me. Every time Adams cheers school. Oh yeah, I already read that one because I thought it was fun. If you don't want to hear about the distinction between fluffing and other acts of self-pleasure, Michaels, consider checking out our modern rock drive home show further on down the dial. Mark McGill and Jason Robbins have a new show where they make fun of us, and they're basically they're watching us and roasting us while we do our show, and it's called the Drive Home Show.
Oh, good for them.
Isn't that nice? They got 20,000 views.
That's what I've heard. They're doing
they're
really
huge.
well.
Dustin,
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
we are
Yeah,
currently
Mike, I
at
hear you.
190 subscribers.
What? That sounds like we're about to get rich on YouTube, my friend.
The time to switch over?
That sounds like
Positive way.
yeah. See that segue, Adam? That sounds like we're about to. That sounds like we. What's going on? Are we about to get rich on YouTube? How about that one?
What was that a segue into though?
Us doing get rich on YouTube and checking out analytics.
Oh yeah, okay.
Isn't that nice? And that's some smart shit, ain't it? Ain't that some smart shit?
Yeah, because then
Yeah.
you could.
All right. Well, if you can't hear me, I think that I don't know what I'm doing, but I guess I'll just talk about what's going on here on this channel dashboard. The very first thing that I'm seeing here is important notifications, 1 of 1. Video received a copyright claim. Let's click on view options. Uh-oh. Video cannot be monetized. Can you read this? Can you read this, Dustin, right there? Where the mouse is? Do you see where the mouse is on the screen here? I'm going to highlight it. Maybe he'll see that. Copyright. Mm-hmm. On behalf of Extreme Music Library, Ltd., PRS, Extreme Music. Well, that's great. Let's move on. What? Wow, I realize when I can't talk, Dustin really goes off the rails. What you're saying, Adam isn't good enough to bounce ideas off of, huh? Mm-hmm. So, Dustin, can you hear me, Dustin? Check out the total watch time in hours and the one that has the highest ranking. Number 34. 2 shows ago. Well, all our views are apparently still coming from the United States. We're going to be wrapping up pretty soon here.
Mental issues at this point.
Right, but we've always had those.
He always looks so shocked when his face is really big on his own show.
Oh my God.
Is that what happened?
Just wish you were in the TikTok community and you watched some of our Meltdown Island TikToks, and like the one where we were engaging in positivity and in love. It's the first time we talked about loving one another on this show, and it was inspiring. And we're getting a lot of feedback on
that's
TikTok.
nice.
And it's just rough when you come back, and it's like, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
So me saying that you were shocked at how big your own face was on your own show was a negative thing to say? Is that what you're saying?
It's that, yes, it is a nagging thing, what
Okay.
you're doing. You're
A
being
nagging? He's nagging you?
I'm negging.
He is being very nagging.
You've been reading that book on how to nag women, haven't you?
So
The game?
our voices were gone. I can't hear all of you. Our voices were gone during analytics and came back after analytics. So I guess we won't be getting rich on YouTube after all, you guys.
I think it was only for a part of it. Because we got that partway through.
We're back. Hi there. Welcome
There's
to Meltdown Island, where we've only melted down 0 times this month. It's about time though, huh?
But you,
Hey,
you
how-
can't
hey,
fake
how-
it. You can't fake it though. You can't fake it. You gotta really meltdown.
Gotta let
It seems like it's getting close.
Oh, it is. It's Big Head. Hey, how's everybody doing? Out there? We call the United States and us. Anybody else? Down Island. Down Island. Has anybody else seen the newest Supreme Court? The newest Supreme Court who just took over. And it's crazy how they can't. It's crazy how our government can't seem to work in any way, shape, or form, other than uber rich or the people that want to control the bodies of our citizens. It's very strange to me. It's very strange. I'm not just talking as a human being. I'm not even talking as a U.S. citizen, Mike. Feel free to weigh in at any point, Mike. If you got
I would love
anything.
to, but you keep not being able to hear me, so I don't feel like there's a very good point to be made there. With
Actually, you guys are echoing right now.
Well,
are you reading a YouTube comment that says that, or what?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I don't know. I mean, look at me. I listen to myself in a big head echo all day and then make an album out of it, Michaels.
Okay. You should not be echoing anymore. There was 2 NDI sources on. I really have to figure out a better thing for this than Skype, though. I think that's probably the problem right now.
Okay. Well, you think we should figure it out right now? Let's talk about it. Let's say, hey, buddy, hey, this is not all on you. This is my show, Mike.
Yeah, it is your show.
This is my show, and I demand that we speak on this right here and right now. Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Dustin Demands. This is the part of the show where I demand things. And this week, I demand that we hug each other. And I demand that we show each other a little bit of understanding about the technology side of technology, I'd say. And about how, Mike, we get rid of Skype. What do you think? What do you think? You think somebody out there could give us a suggestion that Mike couldn't think of?
I want to move over to Discord, and I feel like Discord might be better.
All I'm talking about is love, and he talking about Discord.
Oh my God! See, this is the problem.
Well, you asked what would be better.
Yeah, Dustin doesn't understand that Discord is an app that we can use.
Oh,
remember when you kept saying "I'm in hell, this is hell" over and over again? That was Discord.
Oh. I do remember. That was a rough night for me.
Yeah, it sure was.
It's a night you'll never let me live down. Which
it's the night I discovered that you aren't allowed to talk at night.
I informed Jill of that today, and Jill said, "That's crazy. Why would they ever say that?" And I go, "Because it's a comedy show."
Well, it might have been something you said.
Well, I mean, yes, but I said mostly I was trying to be quiet because you were sleeping and I didn't want to wake you. And so they took that little piece of nugget and they were like, nom, 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 nom. I'm going to run now like I'm super fast.
Do you want to play
Sonic
back the footage?
Hedgehog
Do you want to play
Mario.
back the footage? I think I still have it recorded.
If you've got the time to find it, I've got the time.
I don't. I actually have to teach class at 7, so I'm looking to end the show. I think that we need to move on to our roses and thorns.
I guess that's all for Dustin's demands. We once again accomplished nothing.
Demands.
Thank you for that segment. That was a wonderful, apologetic segment, unapologetic. But I do apologize for it. However, we are going to now get into Roses and Thorns. Roses and Thorns. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Roses and Thorns. This is the part of the show where we sit back and we tell each other what we really think of each other and how each other really let each other down during the show, and who was the Michael Jordan superstar, which usually ends up falling on the head that wears the crown the biggest, which would
Great.
be.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna give a rose to Dustin for being the Michael Jordan of the show. And
oh, you! And
I'm
gonna give
myself.
I'm gonna give myself a thorn, and I'm gonna just be a spud web.
Oh, come here, little spud. You little spud web, are ya? Come here, guy. I'm gonna get you in a little headlock and give you a little spud Mackenzie scratching him behind the ear.
Right.
You know
let's,
what I
let's
mean?
wrap it up. Dustin, Adam, Rose, thorn.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give.
I'm sorry, Adam.
Seven.
Go ahead, Adam.
I'll give Dustin a rose for being the only one not to have any technical difficulties this week. Yeah, so that was really good. I'll give my chair a thorn for being too loud.
And giving devils their horns.
I don't believe in devils, so.
Ooh, Mr. Chrysler over here.
Exactly.
Chrysler.
Too good for religion now that I might work at Chrysler.
Big time. Da-di-da. I can pay my bills and drive a Chrysler. Rubbing
right. Who needs angels and devils when you can pay your bills?
Yeah. Dustin,
so.
Rose,
I wouldn't.
and thorn.
Well, to give any rose, Michael, one also then is implying a thorn, because, as we all know, with every rose has its thorn. And my thorn happens to be in my pants. Look out. That's a joke. It's a comedy show, and Mike's rushing us out at 3 minutes. I'd like to give a rose to Mike. That's what it felt like today, Mike. It felt like you would say something, and then there would be nothing to follow it up, and it'd be like, I was just trying to show you an example, and I'd like to give myself a rose for that example. I'd like to give a rose to the cast of Schitt's Creek for their wonderful run on Schitt's Creek.
Roses and Thorns is not about other shows.
Mike, this is my motherfucking home.
Okay.
I don't need no one help me on my motherfucking home. What I'm motherfucking talking about and what I'm motherfucking talking about. They made me cry like a little baby when I watched farewells and hellos and salutations and goodbyes, the making of Schitt's Creek. And we didn't get to really talk about some of the issues that I wanted to talk about and I had planned to talk about today. And that would have been one of them. Made me cry like a baby. And if any of you watch that show, finish the show and watch that, and you'll cry like a little baby, because it's so encompassed in family and love and characters that you've come to know and love, much like our very own show here, Meltdown Island.
Mark made a good point. Did you see that? That it does apply because the family's name in Schitt's Creek was Rose.
That's called a Stuck-It Rose. I just made that up. It's not called a Stuck-It Rose, but I feel like that drum part was needed. Boy, I'm watching it back on the playback over here. Amazing visuals. I would like to give a thorn to the gremlins living inside of our internet services and inside of our technologies that we can't see. And they're like on the spectrum of atoms and string theory and that third zone of gremlins that, you can't get your technology wet. Why? You ever ask why? I think more people need to have that critical mind and go, why? I was at a place the other day and they go, oh, the elevator only goes up, it doesn't go down. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I go, the other elevator's broke, so this one does go up and down. I go, wait, don't they always gotta go up and then back down to work? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, boy, what will
Yeah, how does it
times without asking that
if
question?
it can only go up and it can't go down, how does it come back?
It doesn't make any
Adam,
sense.
thank you.
You know, this show,
That's
Dustin,
mind
your
fuck.
personality, you're kind of turning into like the Alex Jones for even crazier people.
Hi there, my name is Justin. Welcome to MELTDOWN.
All right, that's all the time we have for the show today.
I got a couple of more wonderful things
All right.
to say.
Well, thanks to first-time listener, but hold on, we got a first-time viewer and listener, Super Fry Bread.
Thank you, Super Fry Bread.
They're
Thank
interacting
you.
with the comment section, reaching out, watching the show. Please like and subscribe.
Thank you. I think they are one of our new subscribers. We got up to 190.
Oh, yeah.
Big rose to that, Mike.
Yeah.
Did you come over from TikTok? Super Fry Bread?
That's a great question, Adam, and I can just go ahead and answer it for him. Yes.
Nice.
Very nice. Great job. Did you see it the way the Borat? I'm jumping back to one quick minute. Did you see at the end of the film that it's dedicated to Dolores, the nice Jewish lady that he met while he was dressed as the devil, and she fed him soup and let him do his bits, and she passed away in 2020, and he dedicated the movie to her, and that was very touching.
Yeah. That was a
Don't
sweet
be sad
moment.
because I got touched, Mike. It's okay. I could be touched. I would like to give a rose to Adam. Oh my God, to you, Mike. You're the one that's like, hello, I am Borsnikov and I am rushing us out of here. Like, all right, I get it. But that does bring me back to this movie, this show I watched last night called The Queen's Gambit. Man, oh man, it's about the chess playing. And you know how there's always guys playing chess? This one has a female in it, and it's a little bit better.
You know, for years, I've already thought that women would be able to play chess. I don't know if that's surprising to you or what, but...
No, that's not surprising. What's surprising is how she visualized, and maybe it was schizophrenia, maybe it was, I don't know, her imagination, maybe it was the tranquilizers. But she was able to visualize the board on the ceiling while she laid in bed, and the pieces would come down and they'd move around real quick, and she'd be like, I'm doing it. And it's a great show. So watch Queen's Gambit if you guys want to have a little fun 1960s romp into the chess world. And
Nice.
last, I'd like to give just a lot of love, a lot of understanding. I feel like Mike's feeling a lot of pressure today, and I want him to know that this is a safe zone for him at all times. Right, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely.
And though we might have some Skype issues, I look at it as a bud, Mike. Yeah, buddy. Because it's like, it's only going to make the show better.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to suck and get dragged through the mud before you can ride the motorcycle and slick your hair back and be a cool rider of a motorcycle guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Mike?
Yeah.
Thank you, bud. I feel like I've said it all. I feel like you guys have not said anything, but I understand there's some technical difficulties.
We did both give roses and thorns, but we did not do it for that long.
Well, some would say you're just phoning it in. Others would say that
I see. Okay.
not gonna phone it
That's
in
a good
tonight.
way to motivate people, is to claim that they're phoning it in.
Hey, bud, when you make it about me and my show, guess what? You gonna feel the stinger.
Okay. I feel like that we are on the right track. I feel like this is, this is it is your show. And like I said, you're an Alex Jones for even crazier people. I think it's a good combo.
Good, all right? Not just me, right, Adam? Did you hear a sick burn?
Oh, no, it's not.
I did not hear a sick burn. I wanted to. I was like, oh, Alex Jones, here
It was
we
coming.
Oh, just trust me that it was there. It's fine.
Oh, it was. Well, okay.
All right, well, that's it for today, but we just have to wrap up the show.
I'm trying to roll my eyes bigger, but it can't
We
get.
got to wrap up the show.
I think he's trying to do our the thing that we do at the end of every show.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show where we like to troll Dustin and remind him that he's
we're reinforcing our ideology, our mantra. So say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I want Dustin
to get rich.
There we go.
I want Dustin to get rich.
There we go.
Want Dustin?
I really do. I really do. Honestly.
How do I not want Dustin to get rich? Have you ever asked that?
There we go. That's it.
Meltdown